Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode. We got a nice little compilation lined up for y'all, so let's get right into it.
Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places. Fucking this one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one. And my body count going up and my value going down. I'm just going to call it like a TI is. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them. I should have stayed married to my husband. I felt like I was on this dark road with no street lights, pitch dark, and I couldn't find my way and didn't know which way to go. I felt lost. I felt like I was walking barefoot on that dark road with pebbles and hot rocks sticking my foot. I felt hurt. I felt alone because every time he and that one and this one and that one left my bed, I was alone all by myself. And which was supposed to be soft and comfortable for me, my pillow, it was now filled with tears. I should not have left my husband.
I gotta deal with me. But it wasn't that I had left my marriage. It wasn't that I had left my marriage for another man. It's that I feel like I left my marriage for a situation that not only is it not better, how can it even be? Like I felt ashamed. And the fear of this marriage failing in any way is a product of the shame that I feel. Because it would be embarrassing and shameful to not work after such a big life-changing decision. It didn't just change my life, it changed my life, my children's life, my family life. My brothers never really spoke to me again. My sisters hate me. Like, it changed everything. That one decision to be with this one person changed my whole life, and we have to fight over deck of cards.
You know, life after divorce. As a woman, I would honestly sit here and say, as much as I've made the decision and the choice to divorce my husband then, I also regret it. I don't regret it because I still loved him, but I regret it because I feel like I denied my children the right and the opportunity to have what people call a normal family. Now today I'm sitting with kids who are in the statistic of divorce. So as much as I've divorced, I would never ever advise anybody to go through a divorce.
Tell yourself to not actually divorce?
Not at that moment, no. Like at that moment, no, I would not. I would, if it was me talking to me in that moment, I'd be like, no.
Y'all, imagine being married, asking for a divorce for a specific reason, and then regretting that shit later. Okay, so there was this woman on TikTok who made a video about her friend. So her and her friend went out recently, and her friend was married for 11 years to a man that she thought they were going to be together forever and ever and ever because they were just a super cute couple. They had a really good dynamic, and they got along really well and never had crazy issues, right? So but she's now divorced and has been divorced for 3 years. And so she asks her, like, oh, like, why did you end up, getting divorced? And she said, well, I am the one who asked for the divorce because I got bored. She said the relationship got really boring. She was a stay-at-home mom. All he did was work. And they were well off. So this guy is putting in a lot of hours and a lot of, work time so that way they can live the comfortable life they were living, okay? He paying all the bills. So she said she got bored always being home, taking care of the kids and not really having them time or doing like spontaneous fun stuff. Well, she would tell him about it and he would try to take her out and try to do stuff, but it just felt like it wasn't enough and it wasn't the same for her that, like it used to be when you're in a fresh relationship. What up, bitch? It's been 11 years. Spice it up. You do something. Anyway, so she asked for a divorce. He gave it to her and she's been dating for these past 3 years. And so she asks her, how's it been? How's the dating life been? Okay. And she tells her, honestly, it's been trash. It was fun at first, but now it's not fun because I'm looking for something serious now, and no guys want to take shit serious. All they want to do is have fun, right? Club, bar, let's go out, let's do this, let's travel, let's do that. It's always go, 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 go. And that is what she wanted in the beginning, but that's not what she wants now, 3 years later, right? So now she's like, I want to get serious with someone, and I want someone to help me with my kids and help me, and I don't know. She wanted to be a stay-at-home mom again, okay? What she wanted was her old life that she chose to give up for some fun, temporary fun at that, right? So she left this good-ass man for bullshit just to regret it. And he has been now in a relationship for 2 years of the 3 years they've been divorced. So a year he took to himself, then he found someone, and he's been with that person for 2 years. She is now moved in. She is now living the life that this woman once was living. And she herself has 2 kids, so he's helping her with her kids and his kids. And she's kind of like offended by that. Shorty, you gave him up. He got every right to be happy. And he was a good one, because somebody cuffed him up real fucking quick and knew how to keep him. So all I gotta say is, if you got a good man, keep him. Keep him. Be bored, bitch. Figure it out.
Grandma and them used to tell us the grass ain't greener on the other side, but y'all so hard-headed you don't want to listen. We got all kind of excuses, from I was bored, his money wasn't right, to some accountability. I messed up. I had the big head. I got an ego, started making that money. All my women who independent. When y'all get out here and listen to people, the internet, your bank account, your girlfriends, your family, and you leave your man, I'm pretty sure it's fun in the beginning. You free, you partying, you ain't got to answer to nobody, you staying out all night. But like the lady said in the first clip of the glasses, as that body count start going up, as people hopping in and out of your bedroom, eventually you start to feel empty. I found it interesting in the comments of some of these videos, women talking about, especially the woman who said, she kind of like had an accent. I think she was the second or third clip that said she left her husband, and her biggest regret was putting her children through a divorce, because now her kids are statistics. Y'all know the majority of us didn't grow up in no 2-parent household, especially if you was born in probably like the 80s and 90s. You ain't grow up in no 2-parent household. And it was women like telling her, no, you deserve to be happy. Like, nobody really even spoke on what she was saying about her kids being affected. It was just, your kids don't need to see you be unhappy, and basically whatever to the kids. To her point about her kids, it was just, if it wasn't right for you, you should have got out of it. They wasn't even considering what she was saying about the children. Money and ego can give you the big head and feel like you don't need your man. You better than him. Now, being better than him, that's, I don't care what nobody say, that's a government agenda that's been in place for decades now. And a lot of women bit that apple, and they feel like, especially when they get them boss chicks, they get that degree, start making that money, get the big head. I don't need no man. I got money. I can pay somebody, do this, do that. I can meet people. I can just be a party girl. And eventually, that lifestyle becomes a dead end too. Because how much partying you going to really do? How much drinking you going to really do, especially as you get older? Y'all know as we get older, that alcohol, you can't take all that alcohol on your body like you did when you was in your 20s. Your body be rejecting that crap. And all that partying, you get tired, you be wanting to go to bed, get your proper rest, because you got to go to work, because you a boss chick. Now, the one lady I thought was completely treacherous, who her husband lost his job, and you couldn't cover the bills for a month without him giving you an IOU. That says a lot, and I'm glad that the person interviewing her was like, well, maybe that was all just a test to try to like see what type of tip you was on. I couldn't imagine telling my husband, number one, I don't want to be with you because you lost your job. Like, I'm already at a low point. We all done lost a job before. We know that feeling of being unemployed. It's a terrible feeling. And then furthermore, I'm not going to kick in and help our family unless you give me an IOU and pay me back. And I understand the dynamic of a husband and a wife, and the husband being a provider, paying bills, and you being a housewife, taking care of the household. I know about that. I've lived that life for years throughout my marriage. But I also understand being a ride or die, so to speak, and doing whatever it is you have to do to keep your family afloat. We're all going to fall on hard times. People get sick, people lose their jobs, companies downsize. All of that happens. So just to see these selfish women get on here and say, oh, I'm bored. You're going to break somebody's heart because you bored. You're going to just up and change everything and uproot everything and everybody because you're bored. Temporary. Because a lot of these feelings are temporary. Boredom, happiness, sadness, all of that stuff is temporary. And hearing adults talk about some fun, it's like, okay, you grown. on. You know how to go have some fun or do things that you enjoy as you get older and you learn yourself. But to devastate someone who's in it for the long haul, because most men, if they decide to get married, they in it for literally like better or worse. No matter what happened, they gonna try to work through it. But a lot of women is jumping ship nowadays. I don't know if it's social media, reality TV, women making more money they've never made before, women able to buy these houses, and they got these mortgages, and they really think men are just disposable, like they don't need them, only to regret those decisions. I just don't understand how you can't chew on something and think about something before you make a major decision, like leaving your spouse over BS money. What we got? Money, ego, and boredom. That's basically the three reasons, the big three reasons out of all these clips. So y'all definitely need to do better, and don't try to shame these men for going to get with somebody else who's willing to build with them or who's willing to be with them when they're not at their peak. And we're seeing this with everyday women all the way up to celebrity wives, because y'all saw that was Tyrese's ex-wife talking about how she regret divorcing him. Y'all leave me a comment and let me know if y'all noticing this pattern with these women not feeling fulfilled and feeling bored, so they uprooting their whole family off of it's so childish being bored. Y'all leave me a comment and let me know what y'all think. Until the next time, I will catch y'all.
Talk your shit.
Peace out.